Hey, what's up, photo bosses? Today, we're going to talk to you about how to improve your photography using a simple $8 whiteboard.
You can get it at Target, Joann's, Walmart, it doesn't matter, wherever they sell school supplies, because guess what? It is a school project board. That's all it is.
Boom. So there are 3 different ways that you can use this board.
Those 3 ways are reflect, block, and direct the light.
So now that you know what we're doing today, we actually have a shoot. We got to get packing and head on out. So come on with us. So we're back from the shoot. Let's talk about number 1, reflect.
So the number 1 thing that we do is look for the light, look for where the sun is. I usually will place my subjects with their heads or their backs to the sun so that I'm using the sun more like a hair light rather than a straight on light on their face. When you have straight on light right on the face, usually you'll get harsh shadows underneath of the eyes. You'll get some shadows underneath the nose. So what I personally like to do is I like to use the sun as a hair light. So what you would do then is you would take your board and you would reflect the light back onto, and you can probably even see it right now in the camera, but you'll reflect it back onto their faces. So you'll see the sun up here, and then it'll bounce off of here and back onto their faces. So once you put this right underneath their faces, it's going to take away the raccoon eyes, and you're not going to have that so much anymore.
So tip number 2, the dose, block.
Blocking. So you want to block light when there is maybe uneven light on your subject. In the shoot today, what I saw was I had turned her back to the sun, so she was actually in the shadow, and then he was facing her, but the sun was hitting his forehead pretty hard. So I didn't want half his face in a shadow, half of his face in the light, so I asked Josh here to actually block the light. Bad shoulder and all.
Yeah, it was burning.
Ew.
It was burning.
He had a motorcycle accident. There's some metal in his shoulder, and he was getting a little shoulder workout there, blocking the light. But that's number 2, blocking the light.
So tip number 3 is direct. Unfortunately, I have not figured out how to move the sun. That's where the whiteboard comes into play.
So the whiteboard can be used to actually change the direction of the light source and move it back onto the subject, or direct it back to the subject, I should say. In the bedroom for a lifestyle type shoot, the light was coming in. We have a north-facing home that we were in, and the light came in through the window from the top of the window, and then we saw the light onto the floor. So all I did, instead of on the floor, because our subject was on the bed, is we needed to direct the light back onto the bed. So I just put the whiteboard where the sun was, and then I tilted it towards the subject. So instead of straight up and down, we just kind of tilted it up towards her face, and then you could automatically see the light change in her eyes. And so her under here lightened up, her whole face lightened up, and then the catch light in her eye was like super pretty. And that's what I look for personally. In my portraits, I like to have just a light eye. I want to see the color of your eyes. A lot of times if you don't use a reflection, if you don't use another light source, what you're going to see is just dark eyes. So this will definitely help with that. So directing the light back onto your subject is tip number 3.
So there you have it. The 3 tips are reflect, block, and direct. Simple enough, but makes a huge difference in the quality of your photos. Also will save you time editing in Lightroom and Photoshop. So if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up.
Go ahead and also subscribe and ring the bell so that you can get notified when we come out with new videos on Wednesday.
And come on over to Facebook, Instagram, follow us, like our page, and you'll see what's going on in our world. And just stay tuned for more information. It's like the Discovery Channel, a bunch of chimpanzees in the tree. Palapa! Okay.
Light is on their hair light. So, okay.
What if they're bald?
Number 2.
Number 2, not a bathroom break.
Our kids like
Tip number 2.
Our kids like to talk about number 2 too much.